is it going, everyone? What's going on? It's your boy as a 33. Welcome to Rabbithole, an epic live show ready for you guys to be diving into. And to be honest, I really want to fall down the rabbit hole with you, because we have an action-packed night of action as always here in IPW. And well, it is going to be cool. Let us talk about our opener tonight. Or let's not just do that. Let's run down the entire match card here at Rabbithole. As we fall into the electric abyss, our opener tonight obviously will be a casket match between Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. Following that, we go to a women's tag team bout where we will see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven take on the Bella Twins. Followed up, it is two of the classic teams of IPW going toe-to-toe as Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, take on Bubba and Devon, the Dudley Boys. Team 3D, that is going to be set to be extreme. Following it up, speaking of extreme, our next bout, Lyra Valkyria, Kiana James, unsettled score, ready to be ended. Who will pick up the victory there? And then followed up, oh boy, mixed tag team action as the Alpha Academy look to regain their championships they lost to Bianca and Montez. And finally, we enter our triple main event, our first of three. Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, an instant classic on paper, set to deliver epic matchup status. Afterwards, your Who's Your Mommy match. Rhea Bloody Ripley, Liv frickin' Morgan. Who will stay or be Ruby champion after tonight? Lastly, we go to the main event. The Tribal Chief with Paul Heyman in his corner, set to go toe-to-toe with Samoa Joe. Who will walk away with the championship in that one? It is hard to tell, but as we say, it is going to be pretty goddamn epic. Anyway, from there to now, we've got to go through the ringer, and we're starting off tonight with our casket match. Gigi Dolan, Tatum Paxley. Only one can walk out victorious in our first ever casket match here in IPW. Strap on in. This is gonna be one hell of a ride. As we dive into the rabbit hole for the first time tonight, let's talk about this battle. Gigi and Tatum started the year as a tag team. Started this month as a tag team as well.
Making her way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, Gigi Dolan.
Dolan started to show some of her old tendencies, that vicious mean side, and Tatum really did not want to go down that route. As such, these two kind of fell out with one another, resulting in Gigi attacking Tatum, leading to this battle here tonight. And well, the gloves are off for this one, as well, with the Halloween spirit just well, behind us now. The casket, the deadly environment still can be felt here as we ready for our first ever casket match. Dolan looked set, ready. As for Tatum, we shall see.
And her opponent from Dallas, Texas, Tatum Paxley.
Paxley and Dolan obviously competing together in recent weeks. Their first matchup resulted in Fatal Influence securing the victory in that title matchup. From there, Tatum and Dolan kind of went into weird sort of matches where Tatum lost to Victoria and then JC beat Tatum. So Tatum on the receiving end of some heavy punishment in losses. That's kind of why JC got angry, assaulted Tatum, and now, as the casket.
The following contest is a casket match. There are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner.
Thank you, Alicia Taylor.
Let the match begin!
She's doing my job for me. Thank you, Alicia Taylor, for announcing this battle. And the way to win, simple and effective. Just get that a person into the casket and close the door. JC and Tatum starting off slow as JC fighting back, punching, delivering some heavy shots now to Tatum. Send her into the corner. And Tatum just gonna be sent into the ring post. Big shot connects there. It's JC unloading some of that vicious side. We said that she had it. And now, gonna keep the pressure on. Sending Tatum into the ring post. And you kind of look at this matchup and you kind of wonder. Obviously, last week, or our last show, JC and Tatum inconspicuously missing. I heard rumors that JC Jane was kind of in discussion with JC Dolan, looking to rekindle maybe a partnership from the past. Obviously, Fatal Influence welcoming Kiana James into their ranks could reopen the door for JC Dolan to come in. Obviously, that Fatal Attraction lineup, obviously with Mandy Rhodes feuding with Fallon, it kind of forced JC out of that kind of partnership with JC and Jasmine Nix. So there is that potential that they come back together here in IPW. Now, with this matchup, no countouts. It is going to be pure pain and misery inflicted here on the outside as Tatum sends JC rolling, fires off some big shots, and a DDT, cracking the skull into the floor. Remember, the way to win is pretty simple. You need to do enough damage to make it so your opponent cannot fight out of the casket. JC capitalizing on the weapon quest Tatum went on, tries to fire one off and does fire the sledgehammer shot into the sternum of Tatum Paxley. That knee lift there from Paxley going to cause some havoc to Dolan here. But JC firing off some shots. Now, it's interesting to see these two ladies battling this side of the ring. Remember, the casket lays on the left-hand side, ramp side. And, well, they're currently the opposite corner to it. And you wonder who will make the first advance to bring the opponent over to that spot. Looks to be maybe Gigi to take that advance as she slams the leg of Paxley into the mat. Continuing to follow up here. Brings Tatum back into the ring. I believe the casket has been opened. And Gigi might be sending Tatum into it. Puts her on the ropes. No, Tatum going to fight out of it. Not going to go flying. Instead, it might be Gigi sent through into the casket. And an opportunity to win it could be on the horizon. Gigi pushing back, though. Stays alive in this battle. Both Gigi and Tatum bring their unique, innovative offense into the ring as Tatum fires off some big shots. Hooks Gigi up, snap vertical suplex. Gigi back up, caught though immediately. Tatum, powerbomb position. Dolan fighting out of it and firing off some heavy shots. And there's a lariat sending Tatum into the casket. Looking to win it here. Pushing with all her might, but Tatum stays alive in this battle. Back and forth affair so far to kick off Rabbithole. And Tatum gonna reverse this whip, sends Gigi running into the side, but no collision there. Dolan fights out. Nice bulldog counter. Realizing the danger as the casket is set in position for a body to go flying into it. More punishment needed. A kendo stick into the picture. Not gonna be swung. Instead, Tatum. Oh, the head of Dolan hitting the wall of the casket, and she is sent into it. Dolan could be on the receiving end of a loss, but no. Rolls back into the ring as Tatum tried to close the lid, but instead swinging for the fences. As Paxley is really bringing it here. Hooks Gigi up. Slams her head first into the kendo stick. Huge impact there, but Dolan not going to stay out of it. Slams Tatum into the casket, forcing it shut. Why not? A second time. Brings more pain, more misery to Tatum Paxley here, and hooks her up. But not gonna connect. Instead, it's Tatum hooking her up. Cemetery drive. Plants Dolan on the outside. And that casket being closed is an inopportune moment for Tatum Paxley because, well, she can't win the match just yet. She does manage to get it open after a little detour to slam the head of Dolan into said casket. Irish whip reversal. Puts Tatum back in the ring. Gigi on the apron, almost in a precarious position there. Does come back in. Fights off Tatum's advance. Through with a big boot. Slams her down and she's setting her up now. What could she be looking for here? Dolan sending Tatum. No reversal. Into the casket goes Gigi. And this could be bad. This could be the ending for Tatum. A victory in a grass. No. Forced out of it is Tatum by Dolan's maneuvers. And once again, the casket closes. Dolan, realizing the danger, gets out of it. More weaponry enters the picture as Dolan reopens the casket. A couple more swings sending Tatum haywire, but Dolan still cannot get Paxley into the casket. Tatum has been pretty reluctant to go in. Gigi needs to really get her grasp onto Tatum, who just baits her in every time. She goes for that weapon, and Paxley with a powerbomb. Oh my, big impact there. Drops the knee as well, and then a drop kick to the back. Gigi is taking some hefty punishment as Tatum again tries to hit the senton. Dolan avoids, hooks her up, and we're going G, driver. Sent crashing into the flooring on the outside as Tatum Paxley. As Gigi Dolan continuing to unload. The sledgehammer looking to literally bury her opponent. Flies through the middle, misses wildly as Tatum looks for more weaponry. And that is a steel chair cracking across the body of Gigi Dolan here. Paxley in control. Now looking to put an end to Gigi Dolan. She heads up top. Flying elbow misses. Dolan grabs a hold of her. This could be what Gigi needs to get the W. Sets Tatum up. Irish whip. Cannot connect. Instead, a kick to the back, and now transitioning. Octopus stretch applied. Dolan can't win with a tap out, but she can inflict enough damage here. And, well, it forces Tatum to collapse to the mat. Draining the life out of her opponent. He needs to get her in, and finally does so. Tatum lying prone, not moving until now, inside this casket. Dolan pushing hard onto it, trying to get it down for the win, and indeed she does. She is looking to bury her former partner. And with this W, she could maybe look past it. Perhaps the game plan was drafted up on Tuesday night with JC Jane. Realize, wear down Tatum, put her in a submission hold, drain the life out of Paxley, and then close the door on the W for Tatum as she locks her away inside the casket. But it wasn't without close calls. Tatum did land some big shots, but Dolan, towards that tail end, really closed the deal. This Gigi driver on the outside. And then the casket went shut. And Dolan's victorious.
Here is your winner, GG Dolan!
A beautiful victory here for GG Dolan. As we look now forward towards a division prior to this feud Dolan was competing in. As we re-enter the rabbit hole, it's time for women's tag team action. And it's no normal tag team battle. Oh, no. From a casket to more wooden weaponry, one of these ladies is gonna be going through a table. Who will it be? Why don't we find out now? It's time for a bit of a hot mess here in IPW.
The following contest is a tag team tables match. And the team of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Tables match rules apply to this one. The way to win is put your opponent through the goddamn table. No pinfalls, no submissions. And you're wondering, how are we in this position? Well, we literally have to go back to Resolve. Green and Niven issued an open challenge, the opener of Resolve, and the team that responded, that accepted that challenge, were the Bella Twins. Those two teams ended in a count-out draw, and thus it sparked a rivalry. The two teams battled back and forth. A tornado tag match to kick off the series resulted in a Bella Twins victory. But they continued to feud. And the Bellas then went into singles action, trading a 1-1 score with Green and Niven. As such, we enter tonight in an extreme fashion. As always, it is a tables matchup between these two teams. And you look at it, and on paper, you've got to favor maybe Piper and Green here. The power game certainly a factor in this one. It isn't really about speed. It isn't technical wrestling that will win you a tables match. It is the strength and the willpower to put your opponent through the table. We get underway here, and it's Green and Niven out of the gates first, firing some big shots here into both Nikki and Bree. Bree fighting back first for the Bellas, as Nikki actually turns the table in her favor as well. Bree might be looking to fly here, as Chelsea's in the landing zone on the outside, runs through Nikki and Piper's fight to land a dive to ringside. Beautiful execution from Bree, who's now keeping the pressure on Green, sends her back in the ring. And the interesting thing to note is neither team yet to go for a table. No one's looking to win this battle early, and that usually is an indicator that, well, we're in for a war. Niven, finally, the first to pick up a table, but Nikki says no. We're not finishing it that quickly. Sends Niven back into the ring where Bree was waiting to capitalize on that situation. Nikki now gets to battle with Chelsea as simultaneous stereo kicks to the back come through from the Bellas. Bree now on the outside grabs the table and just launches it into Niven. The action spilling out here as Nikki, unopposed, unabated, gets the other table. Sends it into the ring, and now it's her and Green in a situation where they can battle over the win. Green with a drop down, caught by a partner. Good work there by Bree to just cause Green some havoc. An STO from Nikki. Capitalizes on her sister's work there. And Bree, she grabs a hold of the plunder, but cannot set it up. Instead, it is staggering, stood up in the middle of the ring, behind all four of these ladies. But it is falling down now, and now that's an opportunity to maybe set it up in a way that you would like. The Bellas have the ring. The table is not set up. Instead, it's Nikki dropping the knee, the King Kong knee drop on the outside. And she just is unloading here onto Piper Niven. The powerhouses of these two teams doing work, and Nikki's looking to sacrifice her. The arm in tatters, not going to pull back on it. Instead, drops the knees into the back. The table is set up now in the ring. Green sent into it. Not going to go through it, though. Fights off Bree. Grabs a hold of Bree. Bree fights out of that grasp as well. Neither woman going through as Niven's body used to take out the legs of the table. Matchup getting bloody now, as I believe it is Piper busted open. Niven firing off some shots out to Bree. And Nikki, hooks up. Nikki may have been thinking fall away slam. That could have been a way to win it, but no. Not going to be what happens. Instead, it is Green. Caught. Hooked up. Is she going to go through? Yes! The Bellas earn the victory and finish off their series with Niven and Green with a big dub. And obviously, something we haven't really seen yet here in IPW is the tag champs. Fatal Influence make an appearance on Breakdown, but I've got a feeling Solo Sikoa.
Here are your winners, Nick E. Bell R and Britt Bell R. Trinity Mean Sisters.
Has the Bella Twins on his show and is really a team that's on the climb. Could this be the next women's tag team champions here in IPW? A feud that could be coming your way. But speaking of tag team championships, well, folks, as we plunder and move our way and pillage our way through the show, our next bout is for the undisputed tag team championships. It's going to be interesting here, as there's no stip on this one. It's the two greatest tag teams in IPW history, outside of Gallus as well, go toe to toe here down the rabbit hole. Out first, the inaugural champs. One of the best to ever do it. The Dudleys. Can they reclaim their championships? That is the real question here. Because they're going up against a team that didn't beat them for the belts. Oh, no, no, no. The Usos beat Gallus. Gallus beat the Dudleys. If we think of trios of teams that could really put on an extreme war, a TLC Classic maybe, that could be in the future for these lineups, but there have been grumblings, rumors circling that if Jimmy and Jay can't get the job done here against Team 3D, the potential of a split up could be coming for the Usos here in IPW. Not something that I was expecting to be saying heading into this battle, but the tag champs in the house straight away out here for this one. Jimmy and Jay have been on a conquest. A team that's gone toe-to-toe with everyone. They've suffered some losses along the way, but they end up coming back and coming back stronger to reclaim their prize. And now they're gonna have to go toe-to-toe with a team that has been just atop of the game. We've kept them apart, or IPW management kept them apart to this moment. And Alicia Taylor gets to put them together with official championship introductions.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 603 pounds. Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. And their opponents at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
What an intro there from Alicia Taylor to get us into our first championship bout here tonight. Jimmy and Jay look ready, look confident ahead of this battle. Pinfall, submission, the ways to win. Championship advantage does exist here for the Usos. As we kick this off, Bubba up, stalling suplex to start this matchup. Is not a way that I expected this to go, but away we go with the power moves early. Samoan drop out of Bubba on a Samoan. It is pretty nutty. Devon and Bubba working smart here. An early tag into a tag team maneuver, causing some damage here as Bubba back legal. And as we were saying, IPW management kept these two teams apart, gave them time to prepare for one another. And here tonight, going together is a stereo super kicks connect. You beg to wonder how the game plans have been drafted for this matchup. Both teams really bring pure excitement in their performances as a big lariat in Uso territory for Bubba flattens who I believe to be Jey Uso there. Jey going to be sent flying back into Team 3D territory. There's the tag out. Bring in his older brother. Super kick attempt misses. Bubba just chopping away at the leg. And this is certainly going to be an interesting start as Bubba Ray, the big boy, brings a lot of power in his style, and he is not someone you trifle with. The Extreme Legend, the Hall of Famer. Setting up here. Big backdrop neckbreaker combination. And now it's Devon's turn to get in the picture. Drops the elbow. Cross the back. Team 3D just working in tandem to dissect Jimmy Uso here. Flapjack connecting as Bubba back in the picture. Hooks him up. No, not going to go up into the air as Bubba instead backdropped. Eats a kick to the gut, and then there's that uppercut from Jimmy. Tags out, in comes Jey. Bubba avoids the grass, now sends Jey into 3D territory. And this is just standard tag team action as Devon, what up? Connecting pretty easily with that big time maneuver, and Devon eats a backdrop this time. May have been going pile driver. Instead, running STO is what he ends up getting. Running into the pin is our referee to count it, but only a 1 comes through. Devon scoops up slams. That's looking like a rope break, but it's not going to be called. Referee watching on here as well. Devon, a big lariat there, dropping Jey as Jimmy back in the picture, swinging through with the neck breaker. No, into a pin. Just brings down Devon, not even for a 1 count. You got to think, if you're the Usos, you need to start running or rolling through Team 3D. You have been kind of trifled in the early stages of this battle, and Devon happy to keep the punishment up. Beautifully executed there. And now, why not? Clubbing blow to the back. Just keep the pressure on. That is the name of the game here for the Team 3D. The tag not going to come through. Instead, it is Jimmy trying to run away. Is caught now. Slingshotted across the top rope. There's the tag as Bubba's back in the picture, as is Jey. They tie up. Bubba gets the better of that situation, and why not? Throw some shots into the illegal man. Cause him some havoc. Dodges the shot from Jey as well. Sends him back into the corner. This is just good work from Team 3D. And they're going to go for it again. The back suplex into the neck breaker. Devon's fired up. Trying to maybe go saving grace, but can't get it. Instead, it is an Irish whip. And Team 3D on the offensive. Sending Jay into Bubba. Sets him up. Maybe a Bubba bomb? No, it's just a normal two-person power bomb. We're seeing some innovative offense maneuvers we've yet to see out of the Dudleys before here in IPW. Executing to perfection. Every step of the way is Bubba. This is the Bubba bomb. Plants him down into the pin he goes. What? Down for the count. 1, 2. And the kick out is, well, I believe it was Jay closing in. Oh, sorry, Jimmy closing in on breaking it up. But out of position. Couldn't get in time. Bubba is doing a lot of work here. He is allowing for Devon to recuperate on the ringside. And that's usually a good thing because Bubba Cutter connects. That's big time offense connecting for Team 3D. And that's a body ready to be pinned down for the count. 1, 2, through. No, nearly. The kick out in time. Keeps the bout alive. I've got a feeling we're closing in on an end. As the Usos have just been dissected by Devon and Bubba. An Irish whip. And there's the tag. Another Irish whip into the backdrop. Bubba's back in the picture. Devon yet to really land his big offense. It has been mostly Bubba with the big shots. Kick to the groin and now on the shoulders. Right in the face of Jimmy. As Bubba dealing out the damage to his younger brother. Now the Irish whip sending Jay into enemy territory, but he fires Bubba out of the ring. This could be an opportune time to tag out, but no. Not going to be the case. Or is it? No, Jimmy gets off the apron. That means that he can't tag out. He can't escape the punishment he's already absorbed. And Bubba realizes that issue. He goes back into the ring. He's got his target trapped. But he's caught swinging through. Roll-up attempt. Pinfall inbound. 1. No, pinfall reversed. 1, 2. Oh, nearly. Another pin is immediately kicked out of here by Bubba. He's sent running. Jay grabs a hold of him. A headbutt connects. That busts open Bubba Ray. And finally, Big Jim's into the picture. Leaping with the strike. A super kick connects to the jaw, down to the pin. 1. And it's immediately kicked out of. Devon did enter the picture though. He did try to break it up, but I've got a feeling he did not need to come in that time. Bubba, sit out, powerbomb. Just throwing caution to the wind as the body of Jimmy gets sent flying. Devon now. Massive power slam there. Sent running into 3D corner. Reverses the position. And Devon's charging in. Connects with the lariat. Goes for the cover. Down for the count. And a kick out quickly established there by Big Jim. You have to think. You look at the teams that have beaten the Usos in their title reign. You've had Trick Bounce. It's probably the only other team outside of Gallus that have beaten the Usos. Super kick misses there. But Devon doesn't get deterred. Goes and hits a big DDT and brings in Bubba. Tag is pretty effective as it causes some separation. It allows Bubba to get slamming with the head. Pinfall attempt here. Down for the count is Big Jim, but it's a kick out at 2 that keeps him in this matchup. Bubba, cutter, just pops him up into the cutter immediately, goes for the pin, and that's what brings Jay into the picture. That's what turns the tempo back towards Team 3D. The Irish whip reversed. Big Jim uncorks some shots. Will he tag out? The answer's no. Instead, a couple of ooses. And there's the splash in the corner. Irish whip ducks the line through with the big running elbow. And it flattens Bubba Ray. Sends him into Uso territory, but no tag gonna come off of it. Instead, it is Bubba sending Big Jim into Devon. No tags coming off of it. Neither team able to land maybe a big shot. This might be one. Bubba charges in and collides in the corner, crushing Big Jim there. In comes Devon yet again. And now we start to question who's got the most energy left in the tank. Certainly have to feel that the Usos have absorbed a lot of punishment. Could be running out of gas pretty soon. On the other hand, Devon's really kind of stayed fresh. Not been in the battle too heavily. Has allowed Bubba to absorb quite a lot of the big shots. Irish whip sending Big Jim into the ring. And this is interesting as Bubba is now toying with his opponent. An Irish whip. Big boot and busts open. Jimmy here. Punch misses. The super kick misses. Shots missing, going awry. The pressure is getting to these stars. But here's the tag. The Usos are looking for 1D. Their signature offense in honor of Team 3D. Utilizing it against their heroes. But aren't able to net the win because guess what? Devon doesn't allow it. Irish whip. No tag. Bubba landing some big shots. A headbutt of his own. Dropping Jay. The tag brings in Devon. Devon has been the guy to just set up for tandem offense realistically during this match. Now he gets to go to work and gets to dissect Jay. Big shots connecting here. But that shot misses. The chop block to the knee doesn't. And Jay's into the pin. Down for the count is Devon. And the 2 comes through and Bubba's into the picture. Just walks in. Stops it. The super kick misses. And Devon unloads to stay alive in this battle. Takes the back. Not going to go saving grace. Instead, electric chair drop. Just that fast vertical maneuver delivering pressure, delivering high-octane offense. Bubba takes the back. Bubba, bomb! Plants him down, pinfall attempt. Not gonna be it. There's the forced breakup by Big Jim. Bubba's still not done. Isn't gonna tag out. Instead, just a border toss, sending Jay flying. Hooks him up, not gonna get the pile driver instead. He's sent flying with a backdrop. Jay caught, headbutted. Once again, Bubba and Devon have just been unstoppable monsters during this matchup. It's coming down to the wire as the headbutt misses. Nice drop kick. Could be the tone changer for Jimmy and Jay. Northern Lights suplex, my word. That was executed effectively as Big Jim brought back into the picture. Soup connects. Pinfall attempt. Bubba's in. He breaks it up. But that is big offense connecting. The chop block not gonna land. I believe that was hurled towards Bubba Ray, but it doesn't matter. There's back drop from Devon. Separation caused. Can he get it? No chop connect. Instead, a big lariat trying to take the skull off of Devon, but Devon makes the tag, escapes the grasp of Big Jim. And now Bubba into the picture, sends his opponent running. A drop down. Hell, a leapfrog. Why not? It's Bubba Ray. Can't connect, though. He's in turn sent running. Power slam from Big Jim. And then unloading some hefty shots there. An Irish whip could be a setup to an ending, but a spear to the outside could be a means to retain. Remember, countout results in a champion's retaining the belts, regardless of what sort of countout it is. And if I'm Jimmy and Jay, if I've been through this war, I might be thinking that's the means to win this. A super kick misses on the outside. The Bubba cutter doesn't. And that's a body in trouble as the count reaches a 7. Bubba needs to bring his opponent back in. The Irish whip not going to be that case. He comes back in. No, not going to bait tag. Instead, it is Jimmy getting back up. Breaks the count before the 10. And we still have a championship bout on our hands. Honestly, shoddy work there by the challengers, as they could have thrown away this championship bout just like that. Bubba not going to allow it. Instead, hits the cutter. Out of nowhere, he hits his second unfurling of that maneuver in about a minute's separation. And that means that he's done enough work here. He set it up for Devon to come in and close. Irish whip. No big maneuver just yet. Instead, Tower London? No. Tag. Bubba's in. 3D! We saw the homage, but how about the real deal to win the championships? No. Barely getting the shoulder up is Jey Uso. But now he is in a difficult place. Boom, the fist bump. And the synchronized headbutts. Devon, now legal. Now has the opportunity to end it. sends Jay flying to the outside. Tag out. Bubba's into the picture. He's just gonna watch on as he waits for his opponent to rise. Returns to the ring. And the referee has been taken out. Oh no. Not what you want to see. The super kick connects. He can't go for the win yet. He heads up top. He's getting Usi. Hits the Uso splash. In no cover. Because the referee is down. Call it unfortunate. Call it calculated. It may have been what was needed for Bubba to stay in this match as he eats the 1D. Finally, the pin comes through. Devon in. He breaks it up. If the referee was still standing, that could have been... well, it could have been an ending. Pinfall attempt. 1, 2, 3. The Usos retain in an instant classic. And my word. That was a hellacious battle that really, I think, one maneuver in either direction could have won it in the end. But you have to say, both teams showcased why they are top tier lineups here in IPW. Why they have been in the title picture before or currently are. But now, questions start to rise. Who can step up to the Usos here in IPW? As our teams at the top of the division start to dwindle in terms of top tier athletes. As we start to see the ending sequence come into play, the slow count from the ref, not enough to...
Here are your winners, and still the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
not enough to put an end to the title reign of the Usos. Yes, victory earned for them once again here. Well, there. We're heading down even further down the rabbit hole. It's Extreme Rules time. And it's gonna be pretty explosive. Because we have the former television champion Lyra Valkyria going toe-to-toe with the Fatal Manager, the Femme Fatale, Kiana James. Who walks out victorious here? Let's find out right now. Not coming out alone is Kiana James. As expected, she's got backup.
Contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making her way to the ring, representing Fatal Influence from Sioux City, Iowa, Kiana James.
Backed up by the double champ. Kiana James now has the opportunity of a lifetime, going toe-to-toe with Lyra Valkyria. Looking to maybe prove her worth here in Fatal Influence. Woo! 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 But to do that, you have to beat the Bird Lady. A vicious monster since returning.
From Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Woo! 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 Yes, Valkyria has certainly ascended past that kind-hearted woman that she was when she won the television championship. Now, a hell of a lot more vicious. And that side of her has certainly taken center stage. And it's why we have an Extreme Rules match between these two ladies. And obviously, a lot more has gone into this story than just that. Is Valkyria set ready, as is Kiana. Let's get underway with this Extreme Rules match, and let's get talking about it. Simply put, it has been interesting. As obviously, Lyra returned at Resolve in the ladder match, still nestled into the top spots of the television division. And she was the mystery star for Eve Torres in that battle. Obviously fell short during that, but Tuesday night after Resolve, an immediate backlash. As well, she went out after Kiana James versus Alexa Bliss. Bliss won that match, but it wasn't after the fact that, well, it was after that matchup, Lyra Valkyria came charging out, weapon in hand, and swung for the fences and took out both Bliss and Kiana James. Since that moment, obviously, happened, it was back and forth between these two ladies. Lyra put into action the following week, and Kiana just swung for the fences and took her out with a kendo stick. It just resulted in constant back and forth between these two ladies, and that action obviously continued forward here to where we now have this Extreme Rules match. A matchup that, honestly, I don't know who is more favored in. Now, don't get me wrong, weaponry is in play here, as can be the double champ who is stood ringside. Allowed Lyra to go forward and grab that kendo stick, but the double champ has already grabbed some weaponry into the picture. Beautiful backdrop suplex there from Kiana. Lyra fires back with some beautiful shots of her own. In this sort of situation, when you have got backup in your corner, no DQ, they can always be involved. And Kiana may look to take advantage of that situation. Returns to the ring. Exits the ring. Climbs to the top. Lyra could be leaped on. No, it's instead Kiana sent flying. Pinfall attempt early. Down for the count, but it's only a referee getting into position before the kick out comes. Kiana, we know, can bring some hefty offense. Those big shots to the face damaging when given a chance to land. Irish whip sends Valkyria running. Spine buster connects. And the Fallon Henley getting involved again. Removes the turnbuckle. And guess what? The referee just has to stand there and watch. She can't put that back on. Down for the count is Valkyria again, but this is only going to amount to a 1 count. Kiana getting some early aggression in. That's a nice shot to the body. Followed up to the head. She's lining up Valkyria here. Yes, the referee kind of has to allow for this to happen. She can't put the turnbuckle back on because this is no DQ. This is an affair that has to happen like this. You think Eve Torres watching on, probably in the back, thinking if Lyra can survive this war, maybe there's a chance she can go back hunting for the gold. Hunting to be the next star here in IPW. The sledgehammer shot connects here onto Kiana's gut. Goes for the pin. Not gonna get the win off of it. There's another kick out at 1. Irish whip. Spinning heel kick connects. And that's gonna almost get the win. Lyra lands some big shots already in this match. Kiana needs to fire back. Backdrop might be the way back in. Goes for the cover. With a table in the ring, you kind of wonder who will set it up, who will go for that kind of vicious shot. We've already seen one title matchup end with a table spot as Lyra lands the Nightwing. Goes for the cover. Kiana's down, but able to kick out. She's not out just yet. Valkyria. Standing moonsault. Tries to land a kick to the face, but Kiana blocks it. Now some big shots to the gut. My word. Just, they will do havoc to your abdomen. Kiana tries to land a JCJ shot, misses. Instead, eats a dropkick from Valkyria. And I'm still keeping my eye on the double champ. She's not really got involved too heavily. As a ladder brought into the picture. Valkyria caught. Sent running. Into the exposed steel ring up in that turnbuckle. A referee getting mad here at Fallon Henley as Lyra connects onto our ref. The second ref bump in 2 matches. Valkyria sent into the corner. And the referee bump doesn't really help in this situation. Remember, it is no DQ, so anything goes regardless. But the referee eating that shot there is never good. As is this trash can being brought into the picture. Nothing ever good happens when there's one of them. As well, it's Kiana's turn to eat the ring post. Or the steel ring in the top rope. Pinfall gonna be slow. As Lyra took out the referee, obviously. Kiana eats the leg stump being pulled. It's Fallon Henley nearly getting involved. Keep your eyes on her as a steel chair brought into the picture. Kiana James watching on, runs to the outside. Trying to escape. And she does. The steel chair goes missing as Kiana hooks up Valkyria. Oh! Big time offense as the back of Valkyria's head hits the ladder. Oh, that was gnarly. But still Valkyria able to fight. Snap, vertical suplex. The trash can brought into the picture, just being tossed across Kiana. After probably the best shot I've seen in a while here in IPW. Just gonna be in a bad situation here as Valkyria. Just pulling back on the leg. Just torquing it. Ever so slightly. Valkyria. Oh. Vicious. As there we see the champ getting involved. Distraction being caused here. Kiana slowly getting back up. But Lyra waiting, watching on her snap. German, oh, crushing that steel trash can. And followed up with a drop kick. Kiana is in that drop zone. But not going to be landed on just yet. Instead it's Valkyria. No, caught. As Kiana ducks the shot from Valkyria. Yeah. And there's the 401k connecting pinfall attempt. Has Kiana done enough here? The answer is no. Kick out in time by Valkyria. Kiana James. She has taken quite a bit of punishment at the start of this match, and now the vicious side can come out. Pinfall attempt. Referee out of position, and that gives Lyra a chance to kick out. Smart here by Kiana. Targeting the head. She's already caused some havoc by sending the back of the skull of Valkyria into the ladder. Why not add Nightwing into the picture? Plants her down with her own finisher. Count is good for only a 2. And again, Valkyria getting pinned, but immediately kicking out. Kiana trying to grab a hold of her, can't do so. Instead, it's Valkyria. Fisherman's no roll-up attempt. Kiana trying to steal it. 1, 2. No, nearly gets it. And what a way it would be for Kiana to win this against Valkyria. Eat the knee. Goes crawling into the cover. 1, 2. No, nearly. Valkyria. If she can get past Kiana, you know there's going to be a date back with Destiny, back with Fallon Henley. Catches the shot from Kiana. Sends her running. A drop down. A leapfrog. Or hip toss. Lyra stood right next to Fallon. And that's not good. They're already getting to some words here on the outside. Fallon already fired up here. Lyra coming back in. Kiana waiting, bated breath. Caught though. Springboard crossbody connects. And now the kendo stick in hand of Lyra. The weapon that started this whole feud off. Smashed across the body of Kiana James. And Kiana's in trouble now. Sent to the outside. Through. Takes out Lyra though. And does it again. An Irish whip sends Valkyria back into a position that is favorable for Kiana because she can look to win here. Takes the legs. Stump pull of her own. Kick to the back, and you must be thinking, if you're Kiana James, look for the finish. Look to end Valkyria soon. This might be the beginning of the endo that we're talking about. Tell a lie, Kiana running about. Back elbow connects. It's not the shot I thought would end it. Yeah, choking. Punishing Valkyria here. This is just the mean, vicious side of Kiana James. In a situation like this, she can utilize it to great effect. Drops the axe across the skull. Goes for the cover. Has she got it here? Down for the count. 1, 2. No. Kick out in time. Valkyria staying alive, and frustration setting in here for Kiana James. You really can't stay in the ring. Looking maybe for a weapon, but a roll up here. Lyra baits her in. 1, 2, 3. No, nearly. So close. But again, Fallon getting involved, taking the ball out of Lyra's hand. Nice gutbuster there by Kiana James. And James, we know, heck of a arsenal of offense. lining up Valkyria to catch her in 401k, but no, instead, it's not going to be that. It's Nightwing from Lyra, planting Kiana, down for the count. 1, 2, 3. No, what? How on earth has Kiana just kicked out of that? Gotta question it, because that should have done it. Busted open off the steel ring. And Valkyria has the scoop and the slam, the whereabouts to put Kiana in the drop zone. And she's fired up here. Kiana eats that executioner's leg drop. My word. That is good night, Irene, as Kiana loses in Lyra's big singles return here. Even with the double champ in your corner, you still come up short to Lyra Valkyria. And Valkyria, statement made with how she won this match. The same maneuver that won the championship. Utilized to maybe earn her a rematch, a date with Fallon Henley. Something I would love to see again. Something that I think we didn't get enough of, obviously. But, yes. A good showing, honestly, by both ladies. Kiana put on a phenomenal performance to the extent that I think that 401k, if it landed, would have netted the victory for herself, but not to be. Instead, Valkyria earns the dub with that maneuver that you just see in that replay. And you can see the punishment to the gut that them punches that we talked about did to Valkyria, as did other maneuvers. But let's be honest, what's next for Valkyria comes down to how Eve Torres on primetime tonight take it, really. But from there, the tides are turning, the tempo's changing. We've got mixed tag action. Our closeout match, or the triple main event. This is going to be epic, and one that I think should deliver on all proportions. Let's get into this one. Here tonight, we can see maybe gold being reclaimed by Alpha Academy, or a solidification of a title run. Let us find out right now. Out first, the former champs, Otis and Molly Holly.
The following contest is a tag team ladder match. It is for the undisputed mixed tag championship. And Otis and Molly Holly, the Alpha Academy.
I don't know if Alicia Taylor understood what she just said there, but this bout isn't for the Alpha Academy. It is obviously for the Mixed Tag Team Championships that are held above the ring. Once, obviously, the champions have entered the picture. But for now, Otis and Molly look ready to become 3-time Mixed Tag Champions in their rematch for the belts. But to do it, they gotta go through the smoke.
And introducing the champions. First, representing the Street Profits from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 232 pounds, one half of the undisputed Mixed Tag Champions, Montez Ford.
Ford, the bringer of high-octane offense and elevation. He looks ready to go here. Even running around the entire ring, but could this be a mistake, wasting this much energy before your first title defense? With his belt held above the ring, he needs to keep the eye on the prize. I would say of the stars in this matchup, a ladder match is probably his most favorable match comparative to everyone else involved. But don't forget Otis, former Mr. Money in the Bank, winner of that briefcase in a ladder match.
from Knoxville, Tennessee, one half of the undisputed Mixed Tag Champions, Bianca
Belair. I would say more looking to be the grounded star in this battle. Looking to take it down and conquer the situation. The aerial certainly going to be held by Montez and Molly. Bianca and Otis looking to fight on the floor, keep the battle in a situation that's favorable to their team. Mixed Tag Championships obviously on the line. And well, there's not really much to discuss about this. These two teams have been going back and forth since, well, week 1 after Resolve. Bianca, military press, just dropping Molly Holly. Meanwhile, on the outside, Otis. He's found a weapon, not a ladder, but a chair. This isn't a TLC match. I should point that out. This is a pure ladder match. But every other weapon still involved in this situation. There's inside ring bow and arrow being applied here by Bianca onto Molly. Not something you typically see out of Bianca's game. This more so lifting, fall away slamming is in her game. As Montez taking it to Otis now. The ladder going to be picked up here. As the game plan shifting in favor of the champ's nice tornado DDT out the corner. The ladder not going to be picked up, but it is brought into the ring as everyone now battling in here. Molly and Otis. Flattening Montez. Springboard moonsault from Bianca connecting onto Molly Holly. Otis now going to eat a kick and a no DDT. A backdrop though, putting Bianca's legs across the ladder. Shoulder breaker from Montez, and well, The champs have the ring controlled. There's another ladder brought into the picture. Uh-oh. A long boy bridging the gap between the announce desk and the ring. Not a good sign for anyone. Especially if... Oh, I thought maybe it was Molly Holly going through it. No, instead... Oh! Big inverted DDT. Hitting the back of the ladder. Was the head of Bianca. I'm surprised there may be some bleeding or blood coming out of the back of Bianca's head, but no. It is instead going to be Montez. Sent onto the ladder. Otis looking to fly, maybe crush Montez fall, but no. The answer is Molly Holly getting involved to stop that from being the case. Spikes her with a DDT. Otis caught as the ladies and the men battle one another. Nice standing shooting star from Bianca forces Otis out the ring. The ladder being picked up here by Bianca sets it up. Is looking to climb. Will do so as Montez flattens Molly Holly. The championship's in the grasp of Bianca Belair. Montez doing a good job dissuading, stopping Molly Holly from getting in there. Otis charges in, but the hands are on both belts here by Bianca, and that should be that as the champions retain. For the first time in a long time, the Alpha Academy lose their rematch clause. And now, a new challenge now has to come for Montez and Bianca. A solid performance here by the champs. One of which that leads us to the triple main event. We're heading further and further down the rabbit hole. I don't know why that's still like that, but there we go. Heading back further into the rabbit hole as well. Our next bout, it's for the men's top dog billing belt on breakdown. As Will Ospreay faces his toughest challenge yet. It is Battle of the Brits in a standard singles match. We're giving it to them in the best way possible. Who walks away champ? Will it be Ospreay? Will it be Zack Sabre Jr.? We'll find out in a moment's time. So I've taken a quick break. into the rabbit hole once more. Triple main event time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the prestigious World Championship.
The Emerald Belt on the line. And Zack Sabre Jr. first out. A man that's kind of broken onto the IPW scene in explosive fashion, showcasing just pure technical wrestling prowess, and has really demonstrated his worth here in IPW. Simply put, if we didn't have him coming in, it would have been pretty interesting to see who would be in the title picture. But right now, it is this man from Sheppey, ready to go against a long-time rival. The big bruv of IPW, the Emerald Champion, Will Ospreay. Can he do something he has done so many times before? Knock the skull off of his opponent here tonight. It's interesting that these two teamed up to a losing effort on Thursday night against American Made. Certainly gives that team a nice boost towards maybe the Usos title, but as it stands, Will and Zack have to rise above that loss they suffered together to come toe-to-toe tonight to deliver one of the best bouts of the night. Mike Rome, Championship introductions, coming your way now.
Introducing the challenger. From England, weighing in at 211 pounds, Zack Sabre Jr. And his opponent, from England, weighing in at 220 pounds, the prestigious World Champion, Will Ospreay.
Ospreay letting out one hellacious roar as he lifted his championship into the air. Referee Miss Gale drawing the duties as she lifts the Emerald Belt into the sky. Sabre looks ready. Ospreay beckoning him in. Will Sabre respond with speed? The answer's no, as he's immediately eating a standing Spanish fly and then a corkscrew press. As Will Ospreay out of the gates thick and fast. This is kind of what you need to do against Sabre. Do not give him a chance to tie up. But I believe Ospreay's made a fatal mistake, as the tie-up happens here and Sabre gets the better of the situation. Clean break from both, as these two have a lot of respect for one another. Obviously growing up on the scene together, but Sabre obviously a little bit more crafty with his wrestling. Side headlock was applied there, but Ospreay fires off a dropkick and now some shots. And it's interesting, obviously, Will Ospreay in a match, Sabre comes out, spoils it as that corkscrew press, this time off the top, misses. There's a head scissor takedown for Ospreay as he quickens the pace in his favor. And he's put Zack Sabre on the back foot. But yeah, Sabre stare down with Will after Will wins his matchup. Following week, Sabre wins his match. Ospreay stares him down. Again, these two have another singles match, or one of them does. And the champion comes out, lifts the belt in the face of Sabre. And that's that. Phenomenal forearm there for Ospreay. Connects, but it's immediately countered with a vertical suplex from Sabre, who nips up. Nice chop there from Will as he nips up in return. Back and forth action for both these stars. They know each other so well. They know when and where is the best chance to go for their cocky, crafty maneuvers. Sabre bringing it to Will on the outside. Returns him back into the ring, and we've already seen some speed coming out from Ospreay. Sabre now trying to catch Ospreay, can't do so. Instead, it's Will sending Sabre into the corner. Corner that's not going to be the home for Sabre for that long. Roll-up attempt here. Ospreay countering the effort there from Sabre. The pinfall's reversed. One only going to be traded, exchanged by both stars as the pin keeps shifting. And finally, a kick out. A Sabre caught. Stun Dog Millionaire. Ospreay finally has Sabre down. This situation, really, it's not how I expected it to be. I expected it to be Ospreay grounded, Sabre on the offense. But no, it's not what's happening. It is Sabre put in the corner, taken up top, and he is set up. Not a good place to be as Ospreay joins him up there. He could be thinking a cutter off the top. Oz cutter connects. Ospreay landing heavy with that one. Has the challenger put down. Crawls into the cover. The pin. 1, 2. And a kick out in time for Sabre. Will Ospreay delivering some big shots here. As he has Sabre reeling. Catches him. Double underhook. Up to the shoulder. We know what's coming. Storm Breaker. Slams Sabre into the mat. Goes for the cover. Down for the 2. And a kick out in time as Zack Sabre stays alive in this match. Ospreay again. He beckons Sabre up. Neck breaker connects. A nip up from Sabre. Connects with the kicks. This is his turn. Trying to get on the offensive. Crossface applied. Has the submission hold locked in. Wrenching back on it. Ospreay out. Escapes the hold. Staying in this battle, but again it's Sabre caught here by Ospreay. As Will has been pretty efficient with his offense. Dragon screw leg whip. And Sabre, no, can't follow it up. Will is not staying down for long, and that is defeating the style that Sabre wants to inflict with this match. Leapfrog. Hurricane Rana. By Ospreay. Springboard frog splash connects, and he is fired up here. Is the champ. Big boot misses, as does a hidden blade. Ospreay on wobbly legs now as he's being chopped apart here by Sabre. Champ out the grasp. Fights off Sabre. Hits the drop kick. The champion scales to the top. The challenger in the drop zone. Tries to connect with the froggy crossbody. Can't do so. And Sabre now. He has the champion where he wants him. A potential to strike. Takes the back half and half. Bridges into the pin. 1, 2. And a kick out in time for the champ. Sabre baited him in. And now he's got him locked up. Rings of Saturn applied. The arm being brutalized here. Sabre not going to finish it off with that maneuver. Instead, needs something else. The champion caught. Arm trapped. Back drop from Sabre, who now eats the hidden blade from out of nowhere. Ospreay connects into the pin. 1, 2, through. No, nearly. The near fall. Almost. Retention for the champion. Sabre on wobbly legs as well. Facebuster from Will as the challenger. On the ropes right now, but Sabre caught. Up to the shoulder. Storm Breaker connects again. Ospreay again crawls to the cover. Gets the win. The champ shows why he's on top here tonight. Let's be honest. As he knows Sabre so well, did not give him the chance, the time of day, to really step up in this performance. The champ stayed agile, stayed on the offensive, and Sabre could not do much. He ate some of the greatest hits from Ospreay. Really, it was inevitable how this match would turn out. I have a feeling, though, it's not the last time we'll see these two battle here in IPW. Certainly because I've got a feeling Sabre's thinking he got unlucky. He missed his opportunity. And Ospreay just ran through him. One mistake ends it. It's a hidden blade. Not the maneuver to take a scalp this time. Instead, it was the Storm Breaker. You see him right now. It just swung Sabre crashing into the mat. And Ospreay taking the dub.
Here is your winner, and still prestigious world champion, Will Oxley.
Well, we've had several championships retained. In fact, all championships have been retained so far in tonight's show. But as we get nearer and nearer to the end or the bottom of the hole, it's time for us to get to our co-main event number 2. So who's your mommy title match? It's Rhea Bloody Ripley. It is Liv frickin' Morgan who walks out victorious. Let us go into the bout right now.
The following contest is a special referee match and is for the prestigious World Championship.
Well, we know what the Who's Your Mummy part means. It means special ref, and oh no. This is one special guest referee I wasn't expecting. The primetime sensation. Happy-go-lucky.
Welcome the special referee for this match, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Mysterio draws the duties for this battle. And let's be honest, this is a man we have seen do despicable things. History with both ladies in this matchup. Obviously separated from Liv. She sits on Breakdown, he sits on Primetime. Same story with Rhea. It's a dirty Dom. I guess he's got to pick his mommy. Who will work with him here in IPW? He's certainly got to pick his woman here. Be interesting to see how he refs this one. Will it be down the line? Will he show favor to Liv? Or maybe he's had a change of heart and he wants the Dommy Mommy Rhea Ripley back in his favor. Speaking of said Dommy Mommy, the lights go out, the purple rises as it's time for a bit of brutality as the challenger stakes her claim. Rhea Ripley, former challenger to the Undisputed Women's World Heavyweight Championship here in IPW, failed on that attempt. Now, her first time going toe-to-toe with the Ruby belt holder after surviving the Eliminator. Can she become new Ruby belt holder? Obviously, we've seen one championship in the women's division change hands this week, with Julia claiming the Sapphire belt over Nia Jax. Attention turns to Breakdown's other women's belt. Can Ripley do what many have failed to do, is beat Liv Morgan here in IPW? Liv has been undeniable since the brand split. Well, she's wearing new gear tonight. And it says something. Cry about it. Certainly a sentiment needs to be said when you talk about what happened to Rhea and SummerSlam. Dirty Dom turning, kissing Liv. Liv stole her man and her championship. Ripley looking tonight to maybe do the same thing and get herself the Ruby belt. Mike Rome has it with you again. Official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley. And her opponent from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, the prestigious world champion, Liv Morgan.
The belt leaves Morgan's hands into Dirty Dom's. He lifts it above his head after showing it to Ripley. Will we see favoritism or will we see carnage? Let's get underway. And a super kick to kick us off. Pinfall attempt. Dom's into the count and gives us a 2 to start this off. That is not what I expected to see coming into this matchup. Liv tries to go double stomp. Misses. Ripley just unloads and uncoils that massive lariat. Power you obviously expect to sit in favor of Rhea. Liv, the speed, the agility, the explosivity from out of nowhere in her favor as another 2 count to start this battle. Liv caught. It's been Rhea with the big maneuvers, Liv countering the situation, but neither woman's able to get a chain of offense down. Finally, Liv getting maybe some of it. As the shots come through, crashing the skull of Rhea. A knee to the gut. And Morgan, happy to oblige. Chops connecting, and well, that's the leg being punished. Dirty Dom happy to let this go. He's just standing there watching on as these 2 ladies give us a good battle to start the show. The action spills out. And weaponry picked up. This is Falls Count Anywhere. In terms of this matchup, is the last... Well, it is Falls Count Anywhere. As Liv goes for the pin. Stomps connect into the cover again. 1. And a kick out. Good maneuver there by Liv to keep the pressure on. And the action is starting to move up towards the rampway. As again another pin. These ladies are trading pins early. Liv's giving a little stare there. Oh! The super kick from Dirty Dom. That was from out of nowhere as he was reffing this match fairly. Just throws it into Rhea. As the crowd giving him a little chant there. My word, pinfall attempt. 1, 2. Perfect count there as Liv now in control. I mean... Dirty Dom from out of nowhere connects. There's the code breaker from Liv. Goes for the cover. Dom into the pin. I thought Dom had chosen his mommy. Hasn't done so just yet. Instead, Oblivion connects. Liv into the pin. Rhea down. 1, 2. He is counting this fairly, but... The questionable thrust kick. As Morgan returned to the ring. Eats a drop kick. Dom has picked neither woman. It's Liv and Rhea. Oh my. Dirty Dom. He's picked no one. As Rhea sets the riptide up, pinfall attempt. Slow count maybe, no, it's a normal one. Dirty Dom is giving us a performance. As he follows Liv to the outside, sent crashing to the mat. But Dom's grabbed a hold of Rhea. Dropkick connects. Both women down. Both getting up at the same time. The crowd chanting for Dirty Dom, who eats a lariat from Rhea. This is no DQ, and the referee has been taken down. Kendo stick in the hand of Ripley. Going to town onto Liv, but Liv fires back with the face buster. Irish whip sends Liv running. Tilt the world slam. Dom's back to his feet. Lining up Rhea. Drop kick misses. Morgan. Catching and throwing Rhea, but can't connect with the drop kick. Instead, it's Rhea connecting onto Morgan. Hooks her up. Riptide connects. Stacks her up. Count comes through from Dom. And a kick out by Morgan. Liv fighting back. Drop kick from Dom. They're working in synergy. Pinfall attempt. Morgan trying to retain, but a kick out at one from Rhea. Dom can't pick either woman. There's the baseball bat to the foot for Liv. She's caught, though, by Dom. Sent running out the ring. Dom's chasing her down. Standing back. I think Liv was trying to win it there. Dom grabs a hold of Liv. Sets her up. Sends her back in. Nip up from Liv. Takes the back of Rhea. Sends Rhea running. Out to the ringside apron. The super kick. Dom is targeting Liv. My word. Rhea comes back in. Takes the back roll up. 1, 2. And a kick out in time for Morgan. Rhea fires with some big shots back. Punch is stopped. Liv plants Oblivion into the pin. Dom down to count it. Gets the 2. And a kick out in time. And frustration setting in for Morgan, who, as we can see, has taken some punishment from the referee. As has Rhea. As that's a big breakup driver. Dom, scoop and a slam. Michinoku driver plants Liv. Both ladies down. A nip up from Morgan. And she is annoyed at the referee. Because electric chair position. Rhea capitalizes. Slamming Liv into the mat. Dom tries to throw the thrust kick. Misses wildly. This time connects with the drop kick. And Rhea's going to make him pay. A kick to the gut. Uh-oh. Dom, you're going for a ride. Riptide. Morgan capitalizes on Dom's distraction. Kicks into the back of Ripley. Snaps the leg as well. We've got pure carnage here. Rhea drives Liv into the baseball bat. Morgan striking back. Hurricane Runner takes down Rhea, but keep your eye on Dom. Pinfall attempt here. Into the count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nearly. The quick count. Trying to screw over Rhea, who hit him with the Riptide. Uh-oh. In a no DQ match, the referee has been ejected. Makes sense. Anyway, baseball bat flies. Hitting Rhea. Liv. Setting up Rhea. Hits her with the knees. And Ripley rolls out. Dom getting involved again. Distracting Liv. Flying outside, Liv misses. As the action spills to ringside once again. Rhea misses with a shot. Eats Oblivion. Lives into the cover. Down for the count. 2, 3. Liv retains in what is arguably my favorite match of the night. And from what we can tell, Dirty Dom is still yet to pick his mummy, because, well...
Here is your winner, and still prestigious
But he is still there. He's watching. Liv hoist her title above her shoulder yet again. Has Dalton picked Liv? Who knows, but one thing's for sure. This was my favorite match of the night, and it certainly delivered on all aspects. But we have one more bout. As we reach the precipice, the pit at the bottom of the rabbit hole. The undisputed World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The Tribal Chief and Samoa Joe do battle. Who wins? Who walks out of Rabbithole champion? Let's send it to the ring to find out.
The following is a last man standing match and is for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship.
For the first time in a long time, the Tribal Chief gets a shot at glory. He's always failed in the #1 contendership bouts. Tonight he's got his shot. Backed up with the wise man. Paul Heyman serving as counsel to the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns has the opportunity to sit atop of a division, to be the head of the table. A Samoan still stands defiant to that, as Samoa Joe has the potential to stop Reigns' claim for conquest. Will Ospreay has done it in the past. Samoa Joe looking to do it in the now. But does the future still look bright for the Tribal Chief? That answer comes at the end of tonight. The wise man guiding him through his last matchup that earned him this title shot. And you have a feeling that Reigns needs his backup in a last man standing bout. Realistically, anything can go. Paul Heyman could be a factor to this situation. Will it affect him? That is a real question you've got to ask. Will Heyman influence this bout? While the challenger looks content. The champion, on the other hand, as the fire burns here in the arena. He looks ready. And And he isn't coming out alone. Going back to the TNA days, he has got backup from the Phenomenal One. If you don't know the history between Joe and AJ, you need to look back at all the times they have competed in the ring together. Both greats of the game. And this might be the equalizer Joe needs to deal with the Tribal Chief and his wise man. Well, for one final time, Mike Rome, you've got the official duties to introduce this match. Take it away.
Introducing the challenger. From Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns. And his opponent, from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds, the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, the Samoan Joe!
Two Samoans, both called Joe, enter the ring for the championship. Lofted into the air by our referee. Our main event, clash for the ages. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, is underway. The first shot misses. The second does not. Last man standing rules apply. A battle that can be only won by keeping your opponent on the canvas for a 10 count. Both these men trying to go for the big shots early. As Joe fights off Roman. Big boot misses. Super kick does not. You can see it sending shivers down the back of the wise man on the outside. Roman working over the arm. In a matchup like this, realistically, you just need to exhaust your opponent. Do enough damage to maybe the head and chest that it becomes impossible to get up. Wiseman getting involved already. He's tossed in a sledgehammer to give Roman an opportune moment to maybe strike. Reigns, however, has better plans right now. He's just slamming the head of Joe into the mat and, you know what, stomping on it. The count begins. We're up to 3. Joe gets back up. Now he gets to work over the challenger, sorry. Snake Eyes in the corner. And Roman, he's very happy to just allow Joe to waste energy getting back up. Roman not even picking him up. Just giving himself an opportunity to recoup himself and force Joe to exert energy standing. Reigns caught. Trapped in the corner. Joe punishing. But the opportunity has slipped away. Reigns uncorks big shots, but there's a hip toss from Joe to counter it. Running through. The speed of this match picking up in tempo as the champion lends the elbow. Why not? Add a boot to it. Reigns, though, fighting back. As yet again he allows the count to begin and Reigns just punishes Joe. Joe fires back. And this matchup started interestingly as AJ's getting involved, but Joe, half and half. Changing the suplex angle as we take a look in AJ's head, the beautiful locks, as that's a beautiful combo from Joe. The count begins here as the referee gets up to 3 before Joe is hit with a Superman punch. Reigns connects big. The champion in trouble. As the challenger waits his time. But Joe's back up. Takes the back. Coquina clutch applied. Locked in deep. He's not looking to tap out the challenger. Instead, just wearing him down. Force him to use all his energy. Reigns fights out. Escapes the hold. Joe fights back. Stops Reigns' advances. Takes a hold of the challenger. Sends him crashing into the top ring turnbuckle. Charging in as the champ connects with the lariat in the corner. Add a back elbow. A punch connects as well. Pushes Reigns off. And, well, this is just signature Joe firing his big shots into the challenger. And the count begins again. Joe, taunting in the face of adversity, eats a spear for the effort. My word. Reigns just cut the champ in half. The count getting up there. So we're past the halfway point. An 8. A 9, and Joe does not get up. For the first time tonight, I could say it. Our main event delivers us a new champion. A man to sit ahead of the table. The tribal chief has finally done the unthinkable. He has won himself a championship here in IPW. This defiance from Joe. Cocky, brash, and costly. What a sight. Finally, he has done it. The belt alofted into the air by the tribal chief here in IPW. Something I did not expect to see tonight. And of all the title bouts that we had, this was not the one I expected to see end with a new champ. But indeed it has. As Roman Reigns earns himself a title here in IPW. Well, thank you folks for joining me tonight for this big time show here in 2025. I'm just looking. We're already in November. We're soon closing in on the Winter Classic that is December. But for now, oh boy, now I bid you all adieu as we begin our next road to our final or second to last show, Cash Out. Don't want to miss that. I'll see you then. Peace out.